Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Mystics MMOs. I'm your host, Mystic Raven. Oh my. So, I'm going to have a little rant today about fucking stupidity at its finest. So, on my social media for the last 2 years, I've been mapping everything economically. Now, I've been off twice on 2 occasions. One, I didn't anticipate a third stimulus. And on the second one, I wanted an October crash to stave off the problem of trying to hopefully offset the inflationary problem. Now, unfortunately, none of that actually happened. I might have to troll this. Oh my. And I have no artifact that's going to actually debuff. But, okay. Alright. I'll troll it. Fuck it. I'm just trying to get like a Dar, damn it. But, it's bad. Okay? I kept telling people this. And people are going to deserve what they get. And I could care fucking less. I mean, honestly, I could care fucking less at this particular moment. Because we got round 2 of supply shock coming. Round 2. And as Americans, guess what we do? We don't think about these things. No. Oh, it's political. Shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up! So, I didn't know I would live through this, but I actually studied pandemics and economic fallout when I was in college. I got recruited out of college, and I was an equity specialist at 19. I called the 98 housing correction. I swear to fucking God. And then I've got fucking morons being like, well, this is what I think. I don't give a fuck what you think. I don't care what you fucking think. You know why? Because I don't have time for opinions. I have time for math. I get these things called reports in my email, even though I don't work in the field anymore. And let me tell you what I do. I obsess over the calculations. Okay. So I love it when people come in and be like, well, this is what I think. I don't give a fuck what you think. I don't give a fuck what you think. Your opinions is part of our fucking problem. I don't give a fuck what you think. An opinion, it's going to happen, ladies and gentlemen. And when it does, you have to ask yourself, how did we get here? Well, I'll tell you how. Stupidity. Stupidity got us here. Okay? I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to sugarcoat this and say, oh yeah, it was just great, No, it wasn't. I'm not even going to pretend to lie to you. It's bad. And it's going to be. People are like, well, you don't know that. No, of course I don't. I just called the inflation. I said it was hyperbolic. I said, we've got big issues. A lot of people didn't even know about the fucking bond purchasing. I'm like, they're like, oh, it's the stimulus. Shut the fuck up. The stimulus was just the fucking, the spark. It wasn't the fucking gunpowder. It wasn't the fucking problems, right? And I said before, why would the feds bring interest rates down to 0 to prop up the housing market when it's just going to inflate? It's going to all those assets are going to get overvalued, and then all of a sudden we're going to be in a housing bubble. And what's going to end up happening? That market is going to, well, it's not going to crash in the traditional sense, but the amount of equity isn't going. It's going to be basically whoever bought a house in the last 2 years isn't going to have any growth into their equity. And yeah, that's a problem, ladies and gentlemen. That's a fucking serious problem. Okay? I'm not gonna lie to you. Alright? And hopefully I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's a chance I'll be wrong. I doubt it. Maybe I will be. And then, you know what? I love the strumpets, the Trump supporters. And I was a Trump supporter. Okay, I was. And now I realized they took something from my party. Those assholes robbed my party. Those conformists took my party and filled it with dipshits. Fucking dipshits. I should have known. I should have known, man. And I'm just like, oh my God, help me. Now, I'm not gonna lie. It's just not. And if I'm wrong, everybody can laugh at this. But you know, it's funny because there's only one or two people now who even come on my social media and question me. Why? Because I have all these videos. Maybe I'll do a video one day just highlighting all the dates and shit that I actually said what was going to happen before it happened. There's no opinions. There's none. Okay? It's going to fuck. The shit show's coming to it's coming. It's coming. They're like, I love it because there's articles being like, there's not going to be a recession. Are you high? Are you fucking stoned? We keep consuming like there's no problem, right? Now let me tell you guys this, how this all breaks down. There's supply shortages, right? That's usually what associates with a pandemic. It's not about the deaths. It's about compromised trade, right? Trade routes. That's what ends up happening. So, if you keep consuming as if there was no problem, what happens to the demand? Demand increases, right? Now you have all this liquidity going that's already been pumped into the market. Well, because they have to have inflation to prop assets to offset debt, right? That's how it all works, right? It has to. It's the nature of the fucking beast. So, anyways, so what ends up happening? Now you have a ridiculous amount of demand with limited supplies. So what ends up happening with all of that? It keeps raising inflation, right? And all of a sudden, you get with all that liquidity, you get all-time record sales. Well, guess what happens to profit margins? They start shrinking. It's called the law of diminishing marginal returns. You can make a ton of money, but what's your profit margins looking like? That's why capitalism's going to get fucked sooner or later. I mean, not in our lifetime. At least by my calculations, it shouldn't. Should be another 100 and something years before it all comes fucking crumbling down. But, you know, and I know I'm not anti-capitalistic. I'm for capitalism because you can exploit the fucking loopholes. Whatever. But I love it when people come in with an opinion and they just want to be like, oh, well, this is what I think, and that's what, who gives a fuck what you think? What have you been taught? Are you institutional? If you're institutional, well, you got major problems right there anyways. But yeah, it's bad. It's going to be bad. I mean, is it going to be to the point where sorry, I had a stack on that. But yeah, it like I said, it's just, you know, the way it's all, you know, going to go down. I mean, you know, it is what it is. Oh shit, get in. But yeah, it's bad. So I love it when people come in with an opinion. Oh, this is what I think. I don't give a fuck what you think. Let's just pray I'm wrong. Let's try that one out for the sides. Now, is this going to be like the most god-awful scenario? No. Why? Because Unemployment isn't going to, it shouldn't double dip this recession, but it should have a very unfortunate, side effect on middle class, and it will. And the problem of it is economic growth. It's going to stunt economic growth if we see a recession. So why? Because we're going to have supply shortages for the next, I calculate around 2 years, roughly, somewhere around there, about supply shortages. So is it going to like rectify itself anytime soon? No, it's not. It's not, and it won't. China's currently on lockdown. Who produces a lot of common goods for a lot of countries? China, right? That's what happens when you have a huge ass population. Now, with these lockdowns, what do you think the side effect's going to be? I don't know, Mystic. What's going to happen? It's the Biden administration. Shut the fuck up. You guys are fucking serious. It doesn't matter who's in office. This situation is regardless of who the fuck is in office. I promise you that. You can come and try to spin shit all you want to me. You can try. It ain't gonna fucking work. Why? Because I play by the numbers. I get reports, and then I have to analyze, and I'm like, yo, man, this don't look too good to me, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe. It could be. Maybe not, but we'll find out. So yeah, a couple months we should see a recession. We should see about. There's you can get kind of in a window. I say if we end at 25% reduced assets, that's a good number. Huh? Maybe I'm wrong. I could be. Well, I mean, the banking reports came out last week, and I already anticipated that. Services will still be okay, but yeah, the loan department's that's pretty much what you kind of anticipate, what you come to expect, but I don't know. Oh, Jesus. I think I'm doing damn good trolling this bitch for having this as my own. We'll see, though. But I had to do my rant because my friend gets on and he starts talking political. And I'm like, dude, get your fucking conformist ass off my social media. You people have pissed me off for the last time. And then I told him, I'm like, here, let me break this down for you. And if any of this comes to pass, remember this conversation. Now, minimum wage should be getting its adjustment in a few months, too. I anticipated that. I already had a video on all that, too. And why? Because, that's what happens. It's all G-double-O, right? No, not really, but... It's bad. It's bad. And now it's all about purchasing power, right? What companies have it, what companies don't. Because if you are a company that doesn't have it, you might be seeing acquisition in your near future. I would do it. I'm not going to lie. I would totally fucking be eating this up as we speak. Hey, it's a perfect offer. Let's acquire some companies. There's money to be made somewhere. Unfortunately, I don't work in the field anymore, so yeah, it's not gonna happen. I probably wouldn't have been really nice about it. I would have been probably like, let's take them over and liquidate them. Let's liquidate them. We'll have fun. It'll be a good time. It'll be such a good time. And I love it when people keep coming up and being like, we should make everything in America. I'm like, shut the fuck up. You know who says that? Stupid people. Who don't understand a thing called profit margins. Jesus. We want to make everything in America. Okay, I'm cool with that. Yeah. But, you know, to be able to do that, we have to relinquish our title as, you know, top of the food chain in the economic world. You know, give up our position in, you know, as the, you know, the world's reserve. You know, but yeah, it's a small price to pay. But we can do it. Fuck, I swear to God. The dumb shit I have to listen to on a daily is just amazing. And I look for default rates to go up, start going up, and probably, I mean, I think it's already starting, but, you know, I've already said, you know, we were going to have these problems in the housing market. Eventually, it'll filter into the secondary. But, you know, as far as, you know, due to the interest. But the primary housing market's what's going to take a huge hit that will affect the secondary market. Why? Because, you know, if we go through a recession, it's going to be about cost effectiveness, right, and supplies. So, yeah. We'll see. Let's hope I'm wrong. Pray, Mystic's wrong. You better fucking be on your hands and knees this Easter and praying I'm wrong. You better pray with all your fucking might. It's not the end of the world. But it's gonna hurt. I say rip the fucking Band-Aid off. Better than that than the alternative. Feds need to stop pissing around. We'll go up a quarter of a percentage point. Shut the fuck up. Oh shit, I hate that. Well, like I said, we'll see. We'll see. People can't ask me for advice. I no longer hold a license, so I can't give any. So don't ask me. I can't give you any. But let me tell you guys something. I just love the redirection too. We're having this problem because of the war in Ukraine. Shut the fuck up. Now I will say, wheat, like grains, is a concern. That's going to be a concern eventually. Yeah, of course. That one is slightly a concern. You know, grains and stuff. Yeah. I think Europe's in a much dire scenario than we are with the conflicts going on. It's unfortunate. You know, I mean, it is what it is. Now, as these opinions, I don't give a shit about the opinion. I don't care what people want to believe, think. I just hate stupidity at its finest because I'm just like, hey, what do you know about the scenario in which we're in? Enlighten me. I guarantee you it'll be political and you'll be completely off in every facet of your where you get your information. I don't know who you watch, I don't know what you read, and I don't give a fuck. But it'll be off, I promise. And when it is, and the shit hits the show, make sure you redirect it on whoever you can to justify it. Because that'll just save us. That's going to be, our savior. We're just point the blame and put it right over here. Let me ask you something. Open a business. And then 6 months, tell me if you were able to do everything that you had planned within 6 months. Let me tell you, most likely that's going to be a no, right? And why? Because it takes time. You've got to, have inventory. You got to have manufacturing. You got to have all of these processes take time. It doesn't happen overnight. It takes months. Yet we have people who want to say, "Oh, this," and I'm not blaming any political party. There's my certain things I wasn't happy with, but it is what it is. Causality, cause and effect. We're being very reckless, and it's going to cost us. And it's just not one-sided. It's not them. It's not that. It's not us. It's not them. It's everybody, man. I'm telling you, we're all contributing factors to this scenario, right? And that's the way it is. Like it or lump it. I don't care. This is a society problem. It's not a political problem per se. And the more people want to fight and point fingers, it's not gonna resolve the issue. It won't. It's not going to resolve it. So, yeah. It's not. It isn't. You can put whoever you want in office, and I can promise you, they ain't fixing this. They're not. They're not gonna fix this issue. This issue was a building up process. It was. I promise you that. I promise. So, believe what you want. Tell yourselves whatever you would like to believe to make yourself sleep better at night. And is it the end of the world? No. But is the shit going to hit the fan? Of course the shit's coming. And it's just mounting up. But, we'll make it through. It's going to be rough, but we'll get through it. And I think that is the message I want to relay to people. And stop believing the fucking media. You know what you want to do? Go look up the reports for yourself. The government allows you to look at the reports, to make that determination. Nothing's hidden from you. There's no conspiracy, nothing. And from that point on, if you have background in economics, you can do some calculations. Now, everybody's going to be slightly different depending on how they analyze, the data. I have my own methods in which I analyze data and how I come out with my projections. Now, the biggest thing about this is, I think, regardless of what I say versus what anybody else says, the results speak for themselves. Right? Accuracy is important, but results always speak loud. They come in clear. But the problem of it is, if we get the results we're not looking for, what do? We blame whoever we can for that effect rather than ourselves. And that's not going to get us anywhere. It's not going to get us it's not going to get us nowhere. Right? We have to learn the lessons, and that's the one thing as a society we refuse to do. By studying pandemics and economic fallout, I never anticipated I'd live to see it. But I did. So I had some insight how supply chains get compromised due to illness, not necessarily deaths. Just take the deaths away. It's horrible if people have died. That's horrible. But even if we had 0 deaths, right? Imagine you own a company, 20% of your labor, your workforce becomes ill. They're out between, let's say, 7 to 10 days. Does that affect your production? Yes. Now put that on a global scale. And then all of a sudden, does the demand cease? No. Now you can't meet demand. So what happens if people keep spending? And they're asking, and you can't meet the demand, so you hike the prices to compensate, right? And in that process, inflation goes up. Now you add material restraints, because let's say you're working at full operation, but where you get your materials, they're down, right? Because of operations. It's a chain reaction. And then we got people like, oh, it's the Biden administration. The gas prices is due to the war. It's like, oh, fuck. Oh, fuck me. Oh, fuck me. I'm surrounded by morons. That's how I feel majority of the time. Who are you watching? I watch this. Oh, God, help me. And I want to go and nerf bat people, like, you know, whoever they're getting their information from. I want to take a foam, like, finger and smack them with it. Be like, stop telling these people this. They believe that shit. You're making them stupid. Please stop. Please stop. For God's sakes, please stop. You know? You're not helping me, man. So, yeah. But yep, it's been really great, man. I'm looking forward to it. Where is that at? To Metropolis. All right. One. 2-player. I already did the 2-player. You know what? I'm so pissed. I'll get it tomorrow. Whatever. I already did that shit. I swear to God. Anyways, don't fret. But do I have problems with what's going on in the world? That's an understatement. That is a huge understatement, because, you know, I'm very conservative, but I feel like sensible conservatives don't exist anymore. And that's what I feel like. I feel like sensible conservatives is just now, it's an obsolete thing. You have to believe stupidity to be a conservative these days. That sucks for me. Oh, God. Oh, shit. So, yeah. Thank you, media, in every essence of the word, for filling people's heads with conspiracy theories and, you know, Q, you know, the internet cabal, and thank you for, you know, the leaders for not standing up for anything that's, you know, a part of the real world. Thank you. Thank you for feeding into this, all of it. It's great. It's fucking great. Yeah. Anywho. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there won't be a recession. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, and I don't know, 8% of middle class isn't going to get, like, their teeth ripped out and, you know, put down and slotted towards the poverty end of, you know, the adjustment. Maybe I'm wrong. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, and, you know, assets aren't overvalued. Oh, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong, and, you know, there's going to be growth in the housing market, and the equities aren't going to be flatlined for a few years. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Right? Maybe I'm wrong. God, you all better hope I am. If not, I would start taking a look in the mirror and ask yourselves, who in the fuck are you listening to? Peace.